Welcome, another episode, just a weekend episode, and this is a little different. I'm just going to throw something out there, so not a lot of insight here, but it is about sports cards, and it will allow you to help me shape the podcast going forward, which ultimately I hope would have benefit to many listeners, you as well as future listeners. But thanks sponsors, Beckett Media, Beckett Grading, Beckett Authentication, ComC.com, Burbank Sports Cards, Mike Stadium Sports Cards, Heritage Auctions, Huggins and Scott Auctions, as well as Topps, Panini, and Upper Deck. As an audio podcast, it's not serial. I take on random topics in no pre-specified order, and I realize that many of you pick and choose which episodes that you want to listen to. Some sound really interesting, and you listen to those, and if something doesn't, and so I can see, I don't publish it, but I can see which episodes get listened to more, and that's an indication of something, but I'd like to get a clear message from you on that. One of the enjoyable things in planning these episodes is to include sponsors. I've got outstanding sponsors, and to get some representatives from some of those sponsoring entities. They're outstanding, all of them. Have a lot to say, and we talk about whatever we talk about. We do the dueling questions, we do interviews, origin stories, so many different things that allow the topics to be random, but to be things that at least somebody thinks would be of value. So I've been doing this for more than a year now. So daily episodes, more than a year, over 300 now. But now's the time I'd like to get some feedback from you this month of October of 2020. And I plan to reward the best submissions. So I'm asking for something, and I'm going to give some rewards. I won't say how many, but I will reward those who come through and provide some substantive feedback. Again, I'm on my way to 1,000 episodes, and I'm 30% plus of the way through, but there's no reason to stop at 1,000. But even getting to 1,000, I'd love to get your answers via email. Send it to me through drjamesbeckett@gmail.com before the end of October of 2020 to be considered. And I'll announce results in November sometime. Again, it's mainly focused on future episodes and giving you more of a say in what that might be. So 3 things. One was, the first question is, what topic have I not covered yet that you think should be covered? And based on that, is it something you would want to be considered to be a guest for that? Or do you have a really good suggestion for an ideal guest that could address a topic that you think has not been covered that you think should be? So that's number 1. Number 2, is there a topic that I've previously discussed on the show, but again, I'm 15 minutes or less, it's a topic that you think needs additional attention, that it wasn't covered? And again, in many cases, you can't cover something in 15 minutes that's very complicated. But if it's more of a person or more of a topic, is it something you'd like to be a guest, to be able to point out the things that you think need to be discussed that weren't dealt with in the previous episode? Or do you have a suggestion, again, for somebody else that could come and talk about some of these topics that you think are worth further attention? And then number 3, the last one here is, and this will be interesting because I just want to know what you think, but what do you think have been our best 3 episodes of the first year? Again, I got 300 and some, but the first 300 or so, what do you think have been the best 3? And that one, again, I want to compare what you think the best ones are to what I think, and certainly what my lovely wife thinks. She's listened to all of them I'm her biggest fan, so I guess it's fair for her to be my biggest fan. But let's see what you come up with. So what do you think are the best 3 episodes of this first year? And the winner of that, I'm going to make that a little bit more objective. I'm going to determine the winner for that by looking at if you suggest 3 episodes are the best episodes, I'm going to look and see what episodes get the most downloads, those particular episodes, during the month of October. So if other people agree, because I get a lot of back episode listening. So if you think that episodes 1, 2, and 3 were the 3 best episodes of the year. Again, all the episodes are numbered. They have a topic and they have a number, but they're all numbered. So the winner will be the one that their 3 episodes have the most downloads during the month of October. So you're welcome to listen. Your friends can listen, and other people can listen. You'll get credit if there are any downloads of those episodes that are listened to during the month of October, and then I'll let you know in October. But again, I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't getting regular, excellent feedback from many of you, but this is a broader call out that I've done to say thank you for your loyal listenership. And going forward, I want to make it even more responsive to a hobby that's en fuego. If there are topics that need to be addressed, Even if they're controversial, I'm going to do positive tone, but I'd be delighted to take up the banner of something you think is important. So again, thank you, everybody. Continue to enjoy the hobby, and I'll be back again tomorrow, actually on Monday, with another episode.